Hi everybody, my name's Rob and we're just heading out for a big road trip to Toronto, leaving from Fredericton. Just leaving home now, and it is about 4:30 in the morning, and I need to be in Toronto for tonight. Looks like the sun is up. So right now we're about an hour and 41 minutes into the trip. We're approaching a city called Grand Falls. I've traveled 184 kilometers so far. So just to tell you a little bit about myself, you'll be quick to notice I'm not a professional car reviewer. I'm not a professional YouTuber. Don't bother hitting the like and subscribe button. I don't do many videos. I'm just really doing this as a EV owner, kind of a review about 6 months into the ownership of this car. This is a Volvo XC30, or EX30, sorry. Got this in September. And when we were kind of looking for deciding which car would be the best for us, I was doing a lot of research on YouTube, etc. And there were not that many really useful videos. There were just the usual, oh, this is a new car, it's great, but there were no good range tests out there. People were saying they were doing a range test and they would drive 50 kilometers on the highway, then turn around, drive 50 kilometers the other way, and then extrapolate how many kilometers they would get on a charge. And to me, that's not really a real test. So going on this trip, I figured I'd do a video that might be helpful for people who are looking at getting an EV, or specifically getting the EX30, to show how it performs in real world situations. We'd been thinking about getting an EV for probably a year or so before. This car eventually replaced, I was driving a Golf R 2016, so it was due for replacement. And one of the main criteria for us was to have a very short car that would fit into the garage. We fit two cars in the garage, and the bigger car and the smaller car. The smaller car was a pretty tight squeeze in there. So the overall length of the car was a deciding factor. I think we put the deposit on in February or so of last year, and it came to us at the end of September. Now, it was pretty easy for a first-time EV buyer to replace the smaller car, the city car, because that's really where electric vehicles shine, is just regular round-town driving, because basically you have a charger in your house, so your gas station is in your garage. Very easy to live with day to day. But the question was more, what about the longer trips? New Brunswick is not the best place in terms of electric vehicle charging infrastructure. Other provinces around us are much better, for instance Quebec. So really this car's, the furthest we've ever been with it is about 400 kilometers when we went to Truro, Nova Scotia. Otherwise it's been pretty much an around town kind of car. However, once we got it, we realized that it's so much fun to drive around town that we found that we weren't driving the other gas-powered car very much. We also had a Volkswagen Atlas. So probably within a month of owning this car, we kind of made a decision that we figured that we'd be good to be all in with electric vehicles. So we sold the Atlas and bought a second electric car for longer trips. So anyway, this is going to be a long day, about 1,400 kilometers between Fredericton and Toronto, and to see how this car does in terms of charging and in terms of range. Hopefully it'll be helpful for people who are looking into getting into electric vehicles. 7 o'clock exactly. We've been on the road for 2 hours and 25 minutes and did 264 kilometers. So this is our first charge stop, and we're going to go not to the NB Power charge stop, but we're going to go to a Ford dealership charger, which has 120 kilowatt instead of 50 kilowatts. So here we are rolling in. We can see the chargers. None of them are occupied, which is awesome. So we have them all to ourselves, and let's go and get some charging in. And then we just simply tap our debit card on there. We are approved.
Thank you.
So I'm just going to hit stop charging. And here we go. Energy delivered 46.76 kilowatt hours and 25.72 for our cost. So yeah, we'll just unplug the car and get out of here. So I guess a logical question to be asking right now is, why would you want to do a road trip from Fredericton to Toronto? This is about 1,400 kilometers. Every year I have a conference in Toronto around this time of year, and normally I ride a motorcycle there. I ride through the States, through New Hampshire, upstate New York, then cross over into Canada, and it's a nice little ride to get to see some interesting sights. This year I didn't really have the inclination of going through the States for some reasons, and also my daughter's graduating, not graduating, she finished her first year of university in Montreal a couple of days ago, and I'm going to pick her up on the way back from my conference, so it kind of made sense to drive a car there. So while I'm doing this trip, I figured it would be a great time to see what kind of real-world range this electric vehicle has. As I said earlier, this is a Volvo EX30. It's a 2025 model. It's the twin-motor performance. Just to try to keep things kind of fairly standardized, I decided to drive at a constant speed, a little bit slower than what I would normally drive. I decided to go at about 110 kilometers an hour. That's GPS certified. I have a little GPS here that shows we're going exactly 110. The car's speedometer is showing 113. And the A Better Route Planner software is showing that we're going 110 as well, because that goes by the GPS speed. So the plan is to drive at a pretty steady speed, stop only for charging, because it's going to be a long day, and if each charging session takes, give or take, half an hour, it's going to be fairly late when we roll into Toronto tonight. The conference starts tomorrow, so I'd like to get there before too late tonight, but we'll see how things go. So yeah, that's it. So the next stop is Saint-Roch des Aulnaies, and we shall see you there. We gained an hour when we crossed into Quebec, so it's 23 minutes past 8 o'clock, and here we are at Saint-Roch des Aulnaies. And we're going to be charging at a Tesla charging station. This is going to be my first time ever trying this. I'm just going by what the a better route planner program tells me to do in terms of charge stops. Now, Volvo has been authorized to use Tesla charging stations for probably 4 or 5 months now, but for some reason the EX30 was the only model that was not allowed to use it until maybe a month ago or so. So I just got the email saying that it was now authorized to use a Tesla charging station, so I ordered an adapter, and we're going to give this a try right now. See how it goes. And here we are at Saint-Roch-des-Aulnaies. This is a nice charging station here. Lots of available stations. We'll just pick one at random here. So the Volvo does have the charging port in the same location as Tesla does. So past the driver's side rear. So this should not cause any problems. A to Z or A to Z or wherever you're coming from. And this is the adapter. So I did read the instructions. It said to plug in the adapter first. So we'll give this a try. And we're in. Then disengage the charger. And plug this in here. And we've clicked. And now we just use the app. So we're at station 1D. That's a happy sound right there. And we're going. Charging rate 153 kilowatts right off the bat. Maybe not, 123. Still very good, very good. Okay, so yeah, seems to be working. So we'll take a little break here. So this is the stop at Saint-Roch-des-Aulnaies. You can see there's 6 chargers from Circuit Electric. We have a couple of 50 kilowatt ones, a couple of 100 kilowatt ones, and 280 kilowatt ones. So Circuit Electric is a pretty good system. However, when you look at the other options out there, you know, check out this Tesla bank of chargers here. How many are there? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That's just amazing. So currently we're charging at, we're down to 79 kilowatt. We were well over 100 for a good chunk of the time. We're at a 62% state of charge. And a better route planner is asking me to charge up to 80% to make it to our next stop. It's now 10 o'clock Quebec time, so 11 o'clock in Brunswick time. Been on the road for 6 hours and 22 minutes. We're just passing the city of Quebec. If you look on the right there, you can see that. You can see the bridges. So far I guess we've been out of the 6 hours, 22 minutes. We've been moving for 5 hours and 16 minutes and stopped for just over an hour. So with those 2 charging stops that we had. So as you can see, it's starting to rain, and it looks like the rain is going to be with us for several hours, at least until Montreal. I'm not sure how far beyond Montreal it's going to be raining, but I guess this is one of those moments where I'm not too sad to be in a car instead of on a motorcycle. So yeah, so we have another 86 kilometers to go before our next charging station. Right now the climate control is off, just because the temperature outside is a nice 15 degrees Celsius, and we don't really need to be cooling or heating the car at this point. So that helped with the range estimator. When we left the last charging station, we were planning on stopping at the next one at about 11%, and that bumped it up to about 19%. So lots of juice to spare. I'm just going to go over a few specs of this car. I did take a few notes just because I'm not memorizing this stuff. But yeah, so like I said before, it's a 2025 Volvo EX30 twin motor, and it's the Plus trim. So it's not the base trim. It's got the big battery, the NMC battery, but it's not the Ultra trim either. So the main difference between the Plus and the Ultra is the 360-degree camera system. But that's pretty much it, really, in Canada. You get the nice big sunroof here. So it has the big battery. So it's a 69 kilowatt hour battery. Of that, 64 kilowatt hours are usable. Volvo claims that this car can get up to 420 kilometers on a single charge. I've yet to see that, and I really don't believe that unless you're driving at maybe 60 or 70 kilometers an hour or so. So what it lacks in range, though, it does gain in power. It's a very powerful car. It's 422 horsepower. With 400 pound-feet of torque, so it'll move. It's a very quick accelerating car, so 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 3.6 seconds, and that I do believe. The website also claims that it's 28 minutes DC fast charging, although the website doesn't really indicate from what percent until what percent is the 28 minutes. I suspect it's from 10 to 80%, which I do believe that. If you look at the curve in optimal charging conditions, I would believe that it does do it. The peak charging is rated at 153 kilowatt. So yeah, so the WLTP range, this car is 427 kilometers, so that's 265 miles. The EPA range estimate is the same. Real world range estimates varies quite a bit. Basically, with the climate control at 120 kilometers per hour, the estimated range is about 250 kilometers. I have seen much worse. In cold weather, like minus 15 degrees Celsius. I've seen a range from 100% to 0% of about 188 kilometers myself, so which was kind of depressing. And that was driving at highway speeds, not pushing it. They say just adding heating while you're driving reduces the range by about 23%. So. Volvo also claims that this is their car with the smallest carbon footprint. They're saying 25% of the aluminum used in this car is recycled, and 17% of everything else, steel and plastics, are also recycled. So they're trying to promote this as a green car. So yeah, so that's about it for the specs. Really can't complain about this car. Again, a big road trip like this is not where electric cars shine. Electric cars really shine in around town driving where you're charging at home. But so far, I think this is quite reasonable. Here's a police cruiser just waiting to nab some speeders there. That's not us. We're doing our trusty 104 kilometer per hour here. So we should be good, not really too scared. Now this road between Quebec City and Montreal is notorious for heavy traffic, so likely we won't be able to maintain 110 kilometers an hour here. Right now we're going at 110 right now, so that's pretty good. But often you get kind of snookered behind some cars and you can't really advance. And right now it's at 11:45 Quebec time, and we are approaching St. Louis de Blandford, which is going to be our third charging stop for today. Again, I've been to this one before. It is a very large stop. Quebec really knows how to do these things well. There's a bunch of chargers, a bunch of Tesla chargers, and a bunch of circuit electric chargers as well. So I'm not sure right now. A better route planner is advising me to take the Tesla chargers. So I'm kind of debating whether I should do this or do a circuit electric one. I kind of think maybe circuit electric is a bit cheaper, but I'm not sure. I guess there is one way to find out. Why don't we do that then? We'll do circuit electric, and then we'll be able to compare how much this costs compared to what Tesla would have been. So right now we are running at 23% state of charge, and it's still kind of raining. It was raining a bit heavier a bit earlier. Now the rain's kind of come down just to a bit of a trickle here. And so this place has it all. It has a bunch of chargers and also has Tim Hortons. It has an A&W, and as well as a gas station. So we'll just mosey on in here and find an available chargers now. Get on in here. And a whole bunch of chargers all over the place here. Not many people charging. So we have a bunch of 180 kilowatt circuit electric ones. I think we'll try that just for fun. We'll park right here in this stall here. And here we are. Boom. All right. So it's telling us to charge to 73%. There we go. That should work. And we are authorized to start charging. Preparation. 18 minutes. And it doesn't say how much it cost. Oh well. We'll figure it out. And be back. Let's head on out. And the next stop is going to be pretty much in Montreal. So I don't think we have very far to go. Let's just have a look here. Yeah, so just 150 kilometers on this charge. This is to keep things, it'll make things a bit cleaner because there were no good stops right after Montreal, so we have to kind of stop in Montreal and then go for a while until we hit the province of Ontario to hit some okay chargers there. So yeah, so recap here, it's 12 minutes past 11, and we've been gone now for 7 hours 35 minutes, and 6 hours 6 minutes of those have been driving. It is 12:26 Quebec time, and I'm not exactly sure. I've been kind of going by what the better route planner has been telling me to do in terms of stops, and then it went and switched stops for me, and now it has me going to a circuit electric that's in 63 kilometers from here, and I'm not able to get any details as to is it a place with, you know, just one station, or is it a place with 10 stations? I have no idea, and no easy way. I just can't click on it and it won't tell me anything. So I guess this kind and we'll give it a shot, see what happens. To answer the question I had before, is circuit electric cheaper or more expensive than the Tesla charging stations? The last stop we did, we put in 30 kilowatt hours of electricity, and it cost $15. So that basically came to 50 cents per kilowatt hour. So it is more expensive than the Tesla when you have the when you're subscribed to the Tesla plan. Because Tesla one is 40 cents per kilowatt hour. So from now on, when I have the option of doing a Tesla charging station, I think we shall do that. So yeah, otherwise, I guess we'll continue on this quasi kind of review of the Volvo EX30. Maybe do kind of 5 things that I really like about it. Then later on we'll do 5 things that I don't like so much about it. So I guess one of the things I like is a very subjective thing, but it is the looks of the car. I think it's a handsome car. It looks different than all the other electric cars that are out there. You know, in the sea of Teslas that you see, this kind of stands out a bit. You know, in the town where I'm from, in Fredericton, you know, I think there's only 2 of these cars putting around. So I kind of like that. I guess let's put that maybe at number 5 in terms of the things I like about it. So at number 4, what I like is the minimalist design. Basically, you know, just kind of like I guess Tesla-ish inside, just one big screen in the front. You know, no gauges in here to clutter the view. Some people like to have physical buttons. I'm totally fine with touch screens. I like it. It's clean and it looks tidy. Number 3, I like the size of the car, both inside and outside. I find that for an around-town car, it's very small and agile, despite being a kind of a mini SUV. It's got big wheels, but it's got a small footprint. It's got a fairly narrow wheelbase and a very short wheelbase, so it handles quite well. Other reviews have complained about the inside space. Seems everybody that's reviewed this car measures 6'3" or so, and whenever they say, you know, I put the front seat as to the place that I'd like to be, and then they show a picture of the rear seats, and there is maybe just space enough for a pair of kids' legs. My reality from this is quite different. I'm not a big guy. I'm 5'6", 5'7" on a good day, and plenty of space for rear passengers. Decent rear trunk space, and a small front trunk as well. So quite happy with the size. And I guess at number 2, in terms of things I like, I really like the Android Automotive. At first I thought it was the same thing as Android Auto, but no, this is Android Automotive. It comes with Google built in, and it knows what's going on with the car as well, and you can control the car from it as well with voice commands. So it is quite nice. It's well thought out. The Google navigation in it is excellent. It's usually it shows the live traffic. It's very good. And I guess the number 1 thing I love about it is all this power. You know, I'm coming from a Golf R, which was a hot hatch, lots of power, but this really beats it hands down. There's no question about it. Instant power. You press the accelerator, you're there. It's a great party trick to impress your friends. Actually, traffic is fairly fluid here today. There's generally never a good way to go across of Montreal. There's always huge backlogs of traffic, and that had temporarily gotten better with Highway 30 when that was opened up, but then that's all congested now. But actually Champlain Bridge here is pretty good. You can just see a little bit of the cityscape there to your right. And I'll just merge onto this lane here. There's a Toyota Tundra that seems intent on getting there as fast as you can. Tacoma, sorry. Yeah, so the better route planner indicated that we'd save maybe 4 minutes going this way as opposed to staying on the 30, so why not? We'll see if it pays off and take things from there. So yeah, it's 1:45 here, and this is a Tuesday afternoon. The rain has stopped, the skies are kind of blue, it's kind of nice. So Montreal went slower than I was hoping. There was a fair bit of stop and go traffic once on the island. Probably would have been quicker on a bicycle, but anyway. So here's the stop. We're at Ile Perrot, which is just west of Montreal, and I'm just following the GPS here to get me to the charging station. No idea what to expect here. Hopefully it's something half decent. We're going to be turning left here. Or maybe not here. Crap. Oh well. I guess we'll turn left and find some other way to the place. Yeah, it's not really good at navigation here, eh? Okay, where do we find circuit électrique? Probably in there, maybe? There we go. Okay, that's what happened. Let's turn it around. The GPS is kind of slow at rerouting here. Very slow. Let's see if we can find something. Okay, so the GPS is really useless at this point. Eventually we'll get somewhere. Oh, nice BMW iX there. And here we are. So here we are now at 71, so we'll just end charging. And we'll get out of here. Of Montreal out of our mouths. We're back on the highway. We're now in Ontario. Pretty happy about that. It's now just before 3 o'clock local time. Been on the road for 11 hours and 15 minutes. Of those, 9 hours and 19 minutes were moving, and 1 hour 55 minutes were stopped, likely charging. So, so far we've done 950 kilometers, and there's about 450 kilometers left, so 2 more stops. The next stop is going to be in Brockville, Ontario, at a Tesla supercharger. So yeah, a little while ago I kind of gave a top 5 list of things that I love about the EX30. Now for the dark side, things I really don't like about the EX30. If we start at number 5, would be that the software updates that happen over the air, they're few and far between. I think we've had probably 3 or 4, but since I've owned the car in September. However, most of them are not to add new features, but to remove features that were added on a previous update that don't work properly, or that kind of thing. The only real meaningful software update that we got was the keyless entry, where you can use your phone as a key. Before that came on about a month ago, it was really painful. The car came with 1 fob and two cards, and if you did have the fob, which was my case because my wife would have the fob, every time you'd come up to the car, you'd have to apply the card on the side of the door, and then you'd have to put the card in a special place for you to be allowed to drive off with it, which meant that you basically had to carry the card with you all the time and have it handy. But now with the phone as a key, you just approach a car, usually it'll unlock, and you can just sit down behind the wheel and take off. Your phone is a key, and the Apple Watch also is compatible with that, so just wearing your watch counts as a key as well, so life is pretty good now. Having said that, the number 4 on the list of things I don't like is that you cannot configure the automatic locking and unlocking of the doors from the proximity sensor point of view. Meaning you can turn it on or turn it off, and if you turn it on, basically every time you approach the car, it'll unlock. Or in our case, every time we go in a room that's near the garage in our house, you hear the car unlocking and the lights turn on. I wish that we were able to have the ability to just have the car lock when we leave but not unlock when we get close, or that we can just touch the door handle and that would open it up. I think that would be much more useful. Number 3 on the list, which probably should be higher than number 3, but the driver monitoring systems are way too aggressive on this car. So much so that it's very annoying to drive this car with them on. And I've come up with a little cardboard thingy here that's made to hide the driver monitoring system, because otherwise every time if you yawn it starts beeping at you. If you're where we live, we have quite a few traffic circles or roundabouts. Every time you enter a roundabout, if you're looking to see what's coming as opposed to looking straight ahead, where you really shouldn't be doing, the car angrily beeps at you and keeps harassing you until you start looking ahead and not where the cars are coming from. You can turn that off, however, every time you get back in the car again, it automatically turns on again, and you have to manually turn it off, and it's a couple of menus deep, so it's a bit of a hassle to do. The other thing, the sensors for traffic that's passing by, or even cars that are pulling in front, they are way too aggressive, and the car jams on the brakes. Even if the car in front of you is gently pulling into your lane to pass somebody, you will go on the brakes, and then it'll take forever to get back up to speed. So again, just way too aggressive. I wish there was a way to dial that down some. So I guess that segues into number 2 on my list, which is the default settings on a bunch of things. You can't really adjust them to your liking. You can often adjust things the way you like, but then as soon as you turn off the car and turn it back on again, the defaults are back with safety in mind. So it would be nice to be able to just be prompted to something like, are you sure you want to turn this feature off permanently? And then you can say yes, and then it wouldn't bug you again for that. And number one on the list of things I don't like is the range prediction that comes with the car. It is a Google Android, but the algorithm seems overly simplified. I'm actually a bit surprised right now in warmer weather. Right now it's 20 degrees Celsius, and the range guessing game is fairly accurate. But as soon as the temperature drops, or if there's wind involved or altitude changes, the car will tend to overestimate the range, which is not a good thing. If you're going to make a mistake, do it the other way, so that, you know, we might be tempted to add some energy a bit sooner. But I've had one occasion where I was 20 kilometers away from the charging station, and the car said that I had 30 kilometers left, but then those 30 kilometers drained off really quickly, and I wound up being about 5 kilometers short when the battery reached 0% charge. I was still able to make it to the charger on the buffer, but it was a bit nerve-wracking when you're in the middle of a city and your car reads 0 kilometers remaining. So anyway, that's I wish that would be addressed at some point. So there you have it. The top 5 things about this car that I don't like are all software related. The hardware point of view is very nice, but the software, it seems like it's really been cobbled together. Ontario, city of 1,000 islands. This is our 5th charge stop, and it's 3:30 in the afternoon local time. And we are set to stop at a Tesla supercharger. So hopefully this will be a bit easier to find than the one we had in Montreal. Let's turn that music down. We don't need that right now. Yeah, so I'm on plain old Google Maps here. Let's bring me to the Tesla supercharger. Much better navigation than what I was getting with a better route planner. At least it zooms into where you need to be going. So we're going to be turning left here, and it should be very far just past that way. We must be in here somewhere. Oh yes, I see them. I see some chargers. Cybertruck charging there. That's not a lineup. No, there seems to be lots of empty chargers. So we're at 23% state of charge, pretty much exactly what the car predicted as we left Montreal. So yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. Eventually we'll be allowed to turn left here. Ba-boom, ba-boom. Alright, we'll just go take that very last charger there. That one has our name on it. There. Okay. Sorry, no filming during that. I had to pee, and there was a Dairy Queen right next to it. So I went in there. Bathroom was locked, so I thought somebody was using the washroom. Waited, nothing happening. So finally I go and ask if there's a key situation to getting to use the bathroom, and they said yes. So I got the key, peed, and then I felt bad because the washroom's for paying customers only, so I guess I had to take a mini blizzard there just to keep it all on the up and up. So mint Oreo blizzard was quite good, and by the time I got back to the car, the charging was all done, so ready to hit the road. Went really well. Charging, I think, brought it up to what is now 78%, 20 some minutes, and now we're on our way to Trenton, which is 170 kilometers away for our final charge of the trip. State of charge right now is 31%. We seem to be doing quite good, good fuel economy or electricity economy. Let's just look here. So we are, since our last reset, current trip, 18.5 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. That's the best we've had all day. The average for the day is 19.2 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. This was a wonderful day to drive because it's really light winds and warm weather, which is really nice for economy. All right, so this last Tesla stop, it appears to be situated along with McDonald's and that kind of stuff, Tim Hortons, Subway, all sorts of goodies here. Let's see if it is easy to spot. The Better Route Planner is doing a good job. I was able to uninstall it and reinstall it at the last stop. Station somewhere. Oh, I see some power banks. Yes, right there it is. Look at this. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Lots of spots. Nice modern machinery. Right next to Burger King. Haha. Alright, we'll just pick any old one. Doesn't seem to matter much. And here we are. Charged 75%, it says, so we might go a little bit over just to have a little bit of charge left over once we get to destination. So we'll probably charge to 80 or so. And yeah, just check out the amenities here. So we have Burger King, Mary Brown's, McDonald's, Tim Hortons, Starbucks, Thai Zone, what else? Wendy's, Extreme Pita, Putinville, whatever that is, Mucho Burrito, Subway. That's like, wow, it's awesome. And just right next to the highway, it's really an ideal stop. So yeah, so this is our last this was the last time that we need to stop. Let's just see how far we have to go. Element, Toronto, 178 kilometers. We should be arriving there at 7:41 p.m. apparently. And we'll be arriving there with 18% state of charge, maybe? Not sure. We'll figure that out as we go along. 18% state of charge is what's predicted. We're pretty much in the middle of Toronto right now. It is 7:32 p.m. Still have 24 kilometers to get to the hotel, which is near the airport. But just wanted to say that really this was a very easy trip, much easier than I was expecting. Charging was not an issue, did not come across one single faulty charger or anything like that. The only real pain was the city of Montreal, as usual. Need to figure out a better place to charge before entering and exiting the city, because that's really the only big issue that we got here today. So after we're done this, I'll put up all the stats of the trip, recharging spots, stops, and mileage, and how much money spent on charging, that kind of stuff. So thanks for watching, and we'll show a little clip of me entering the hotel in a little bit. on Airport Road, right at the airport, Pearson. It is 7:46, and 16 hours, 9 minutes ago, I was at home. So that's the time it took. That's 13 hours of driving and 2 hours and 53 minutes of charging. So total of 1,371 kilometers. And yeah, that's pretty much that. So again, pretty painless drive. Hotel's just coming up the corner there, right there. We can actually see it, element. And yeah, looking forward to a good meal and some good sleep tonight. And thanks for watching.
you.